Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today I have the fourth and the last bottle of the Soleo collection of Glenrothes here in my cask. It appeared in late 2018, and the Soleo collection is not to be mixed up with Solera, the Solera process, which is very famous in the Spanish sherry industry, which means a special mixture between casks. No, the Soleo collection means, or Soleo process means, that the grapes for the sherry wine are dried on mats, straw, grass mats, and with this drying on mats, the water evaporates from the grapes, and the relative sugar content increases, and with that you're able to produce sweet, very sweet Pedro Jimenez sherries. Yeah. This bottle is the oldest of the new ones. There's a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a master's cut, and it's priced about 150 and 120 euros, pounds. It's 43% ABV, just 3% ABV more than the 10 and 12-year-old, but less than the master's cut with 48.8. And it's uncolored. Look at that dark color it has from the sherry casks. And it contains a high content or a high percentage of first fill sherry casks, so it's said by the distillery. The whiskey itself, there's a bubble diagram showing the aromas of the whiskey, and the biggest one is, as with the other three, the vanilla. A slight smaller one is oranges and pears, and even smaller one is almonds, and then is ginger and a very small rose water. And this shows, this almonds and ginger show the old sherry casks. From that you get those almond tastes, and the ginger, which brings some spiciness, some peppery notes into the whiskey by maturing for such a long time in oak. Yeah. The oranges and pears typically come from a younger spirit, but they reduce to more oxidized, and younger spirits have typically citrus in it, and the older they become, the more it turns to oranges. So here you see oranges instead of citrus, as with the 12-year-old. The character said orange oil, vanilla pods, pear and almonds. Taste sweet ginger, rose water. Rose water is part of marzipan. Pears and vanilla, and finish sweet, spicy and slightly peppery. So here we go. I find it wonderful when the people, the producers, tell about the whiskey on the outside, so that you can decide if you open that bottle or not. And here's a two-stage process. The first is they give the overall taste of the whiskey on the card box, and the label might change as it changed with the former bottles, where the master whiskey maker wrote the main smells he found in the whiskey on the label. So there's a chance that they changed this label without changing the card box. Yeah, here he says sweet vanilla, pear and fresh ginger. So they said peppery note on the card box and ginger here. So there are people out there, they can't distinguish between pepper and ginger. But if you're used to sushi, then you will definitely find some differences between ginger and pepper. I once walked through the rainforests of Indonesia, and the guide showed me a fresh ginger plant, that size, fresh green leaves, and that a root on that, and took out a knife and cut it. Really spicy. I will forever remember that. Vanilla first, but immediately followed by oranges, and not that orange peel, but an orange oil like you have with the bergamot. Those very small oranges where the bergamot oil are used for perfumes and the like. Almonds, yes. No ginger yet. And a light fruitiness. Probably those pears might be apples as well. First sweet, then the ginger kicks in, and oranges are present very much in the front, spiciness more in the back. No bitterness at all, just this ginger spiciness, and probably this light rose water and sherry notes, not the sherry, but the sherries. Those light notes I typically mix up. Yeah, and the aftertaste, more spiciness, light peppery, and still sweet. So the oranges do not turn over to sourness or dryness. No, they stay sweet. Yeah, really a good one. Oh. I have to finish that, sorry. The 18-year-old is, well, more expensive than expected, and probably the amount of 18-year-old isn't that big as we all hope for. So if you're able to get your fingers on such a bottle, it's a definite buy. Thank you very much for watching.